Ladies and gentlemen, today I am here to talk to you about one game. I'm not sponsored, by the way. Once Human! Alright, so first on the list for, what I'm going to talk about is the community. It is the best community I have ever seen playing any game. Everybody is super nice, and, the communication is there. However, sometimes, it's a little hard to get people to respond back. They might be busy or doing whatever, but usually if they need something and you notice that they're texting or it's directed towards you, it's peak. Like, they're super nice. Nobody wants to step on anybody's toes. Nobody wants to make anybody mad. It's all communication. Now, it may be different for the PvE version. I mean PvP, because I play on the PvE and I play with my friend group. So, we're all there communicating with each other, and every now and then, we'll have somebody DM us or something, and the communication is fine. It's there. It's awesome. Number 2 on the list, vending machines. These things are money makers. I love these things, especially if you get good rolls for your I don't remember what they're called. They're like perks, but they're perma perks, perma something. But you get them. You get, I think it's like 10 of them every season, and you only get 3 rerolls with these things called controllers or something. If you get like the solar drill with, I think it's like max efficiency or something, you can make bank off of those. Like, easily 20 to 50,000 per drill, however, whatever you set your price at. Obviously, you don't want to screw people over, because then you won't get any business. Like, it is straight up business that you're dealing with. So if you get like the weight management for your backpack to get like a lighter load or something like that, you want people to come by and buy your stuff. So you don't want to overprice everything. And I noticed that whenever people were selling formulas for like furniture for 100,000 or like something stupid, and it's not even a good, it's nothing good. So, like, just don't do that if you don't want business. If you do want business, don't do that. If you don't want business, then have at it. Like, name your price. Nobody's gonna buy it. Number 3. This one is kind of a downside. Unfortunately, ever since switching to PC, and this was one of the first games I got into, the menus. There are an ass load of menus. Now, when I say that, there's not actually an ass load. There is at least, there's a good bit. I don't even know how to describe it in numbers, but for, somebody getting into PC for the first time, this was a little overwhelming. There were a lot of menus. It was just something I had to go through and find each and every menu as I needed it when I played the game. And it's a little overwhelming. But within those menus, you could get awesome rewards. You could get unique, more in-game currency and stuff like that. It's a double-edged sword. But if you can manage to get through the menus and understand everything, you're set. The game, you'll be fine. Number 4, the music. The choices of music in this game are awesome. When Way of Winter came out, I believe it was when it came out, they added more music, and there's this thing called a jukebox that you can make your own playlists on. You can favorite and make playlists out of the jukebox. And I really hope, because I noticed when they added the new songs and stuff like that, they didn't add it to the jukebox. But I hope later in the seasons they do add them to the jukebox, because I would love to add those to my playlists and whatnot. Number 5, the base building. This game is amazing for base building. You can make them as simple or as complex as you want. It's all up to you. And if you want, a minimalist build, you can go for that. Or if you want like a complex build, you can go for that. And you do have limited resources, but it's not like, oh man, I can't do anything with this. Like, you get 700 mats for an extended territory. That's not even bad. Like, that's amazing. You can do a lot with that. But on to the next one, the Deviations, number 6. This one, alright, if you like Pokemon and you like catching shinies and whatnot, this game is for you. You can catch rare deviations, you can catch their mid-tier rarity deviations, or you can just keep the ones, the normal ones that you get. Eventually, you might get a rare one, and you can keep that one. But it does get a little complicated. I say a little complicated, it's not terrible. But they have traits, they have their activity ratings, and whatnot, and it's interesting. You can have ones that help you in fighting, defending. You can have ones that help cook at your base or defend your base. It's interesting and it's pretty cool to see. But yeah, the deviations are awesome. I like them. Number 7, unique monster design. This is something I haven't seen in a while. When I first started playing Once Human, it was a real eye-opener because of how unique everything was, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen anything like this before. This is crazy. All the way from the boss battles to the little ads that run around on the map. It's awesome. It's so cool to see, and playing with friends makes everything obviously so much better. But being able to fight the bosses as a group it's something else. It's awesome. And us having our own unique weapon builds is awesome. But on to the weapon builds, I only have one complaint about this game, and that is the lack of weapons and elemental diversity on the weapons. Now, when I say that, there are a good bit of weapons in the base game already. We're still in Manibus. We haven't switched over to the Way of Winter yet because we wanted to actually kill Manibus. We haven't managed to do that like the last 2 times we played. But after this, we're going to move on to the Way of Winter. The lack of weapons, not really my main concern. The elemental diversity on the weapons, however, that's where I feel as though the game kind of falls behind. There's not enough diversity on each of the weapons. Like, if I wanted to run a shrapnel bow, which I understand that doesn't really make any sense to have a shrapnel bow, but like still, it would be awesome to see different weapons have different elemental status, and that's just a me thing though, I guess. I don't know if the whole, the rest of the community's like that or not. That's just what I see. That is my only kind of pick, I guess you could say, is the elemental diversities of the weapons. There are plenty of weapons and they're all really cool. I mean, hell, you could beat stuff down with the fish. But at the end of the day, I mean, if I wanted to have an elemental fish, I would want that as well. But other than that, that's kind of my main talk about for this game. It is one of the best that I have played in a really long time, and I enjoy playing it with my friends. And I wanted to recommend it to you because I feel as though this game does not get enough attention. And if you made it this far in this video, you should subscribe and leave a like. I would love to hear from, maybe the comment section. That'd be awesome. But regardless, I will see y'all in the next one.